Hey, hello, and happy Wednesday. Our word for today is intuition. And I wanted to spend some time talking to you today about the importance of intuition. And, really what that is your inner guru or your inner wisdom speaking through you and coming out and trying to give you messages on the next best thing to do. So we all have intuition. The question is, how tapped into that intuition are you? And a lot of times, whether or not you're tapped into it has a lot to do with how well you can quiet down the voices of everything else. All of these people telling you what you should or shouldn't do or how you should or shouldn't be. All the voices that are coming in from all of these sources outside ourselves, our family, our coworkers, our neighbors, some of the people closest to us that say things that have an impact on us. And sometimes it just creates a lot of noise, so that you can't hear that inner voice or that intuition coming in from deep inside of you where your truth is, where your true authentic self resides. So I wanted to bring that up today and talk about, first of all, the importance of intuition, where that comes from, and also the importance of quieting down those noises. So a lot of what we do in my Mindfulness Meditation Bootcamp is we learn to meditate, which is a way of quieting down those noises and learning how to let our thoughts go through us and not run our lives, but to choose and select from those thoughts the ones that serve us the best at any given time. So that's one of the things that we do in that boot camp. Another thing that we do is something that's called a genogram. And basically what we're doing is we're looking at our family history and identifying different types of patterns or trends or behaviors that came together to create our sense of what's normal. And so these are often thought of as what we call tribal beliefs, or certain belief systems that are handed down through the generations that we just sort of automatically accept as truth. So a genogram helps us identify what those are for us so that we can decide whether or not we want to take that thought or pattern or belief and move it forward in our life, but do it in a conscious way. What we'll find out and what we often learn in doing a genogram is that there are a lot of things that really, if we were to ask ourselves, if we really believe that that's true, we wouldn't necessarily feel that way about it anymore. It's just something that was said to us along the way. So I wanted to highlight a book and do a reading real quick from this book. This is an amazing book called Diary of a Medical Intuitive. And this is by Christel Nani. And it talks about what's possible when you really can tap into your intuition, when you really can quiet down those outside voices and have the opinions of other people and not be quite so impactful in your life. So just a quick section out of this. This is on a chapter where she's talking about how we need to heal the beliefs that drain our energy. And what she says here is your predominant negative belief is found in your energy field. And it influences almost everything you say and do. It's a reflection of how you feel about your personal worth. Some examples of a predominant negative beliefs include, I'm not pretty, I am not lovable, I'm stupid, or I'm a failure. Interestingly, some of the most successful people carry the belief, I'm a failure, and some of the most well-liked individuals carry, I'm not lovable. These beliefs drive them to achieve beyond all expectations, yet they still feel that they never do enough. They have to give endlessly for fear that if they stop giving, that people won't love them anymore. These beliefs are generally not spoken aloud or even consciously known, yet to a medical intuitive, they shout out from their energy field. So how did you come to develop your predominant negative belief? Sometimes it can be as simple as a passing statement from someone in authority, such as a teacher who maybe said, you'll never amount to anything, or an older sibling who says you're ugly. Sometimes these negative beliefs result from traumatic events, such as verbal, emotional, or sexual abuse, the loss of a parent, or being married to someone who repeatedly degrades or denigrates you. So these types of beliefs can sabotage your hopes and dreams. So we need to identify what those are. Another type of belief that she talks about in here is called a tribal belief. This is a kind of belief that is adopted from your family, teachers, or religious institutions because the people in these groups make up your tribe. The purpose of the tribe is to protect you, educate you, and raise you to adulthood so that you can become a useful member of it. The purpose of tribal beliefs is to bind the group together through a common belief system. Unfortunately, many of these beliefs are misguided or just plain wrong. The biggest problem with tribal beliefs, however, is that you may not even realize that they are beliefs. You may think they're facts. And that's what a genogram does. It helps you determine some of those things. Here are some examples of the tribal beliefs that people have had. A woman can never be successful or as powerful as a man. Money equals power. Don't let anyone get the better of you. You can't be happy unless your family is happy. Father or mother knows best. Do any of these sound familiar to you? Because I know I've heard them. If your mother gives you up for adoption, it's because you're damaged goods. Secrets should stay in the family. Don't take risks. You are born a sinner. If your mother doesn't love you, no one will. There are all kinds of tribal beliefs, things that were just ingrained in us from day one to believe about ourselves that we have just accepted as facts. Tribal beliefs like these affect your health because they put you into a conflict between following tribal law or listening to your soul. This conflict drains your energy, thus lowering your vibration. So it's so important that we quiet down those voices. We discover what those tribal beliefs are, decide whether they are in fact true for us and whether it's something that we want to maintain or whether it's something that we would be best served to let go of. So figure out what those things are, let go of them, and quiet down those noises so you can hear your inner voice. So you see the value of that intuition that we all have. We just need to heighten that sense and work a little bit harder on letting ourselves hear that. And that happens through a mindfulness practice. So that's our word for today, intuition. Think about that and see if you can't come up with some of your tribal beliefs that you've been taught through the years that maybe just don't serve you so well anymore. And don't forget to work on that meditation practice. There is that free gift on my website that gives you some tips and ways to get started with a meditation practice. It's so important in this crazy, busy, stressful world that we live in all of the chaos, that we create a space for ourselves to quiet down so that we can hear that inner guru, which manifests as intuition. Have a wonderful day. Have a great Wednesday. Namaste. We'll catch you next time.